What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today's figure review, just like I said in my box day, just because my buddy Edwin, who sent me this, wanted to see me do a review of it, here it is. Today we are reviewing the X Plus 25 centimeter Rick Boy version Godzilla 1971 from Godzilla vs. Hedorah. This is a figure I never thought I would own, and thank you so much, Edwin. I'm very happy now that I have this guy. He's simply an amazing figure. We can skip the box part just because Edwin didn't have the box, but that's no big deal. All the 25 centimeter Godzilla boxes are pretty much the same, other than the little sticker in the bottom corner, describing what figure is inside the box. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this figure with paint job. Now, I did watch Godzilla vs. I did just get done watching Godzilla vs. Hedorah, just so everything's fresh in my mind. I was sure I wasn't going to miss anything about this figure or anything like that. So let's go straight on into it with paint job. Paint job is very nice. This is, the suit was, a little wear and tear for a couple years now. This suit was used in quite a few Godzilla movies. First used in Destroy All Monsters, then Godzilla's Revenge, Godzilla vs. Hedorah, and then Godzilla vs. Gigan. 4 movies it was used in, and this was the 3rd time the suit was being used after sitting around for a year, because we had 1968 Destroy All Monsters, 1969 Godzilla's Revenge, 1970 no Godzilla, 1971 Godzilla vs. Hedorah, and then 1972 Godzilla vs. Gigan. So, this suit does capture a lot of those details, or I should say, not the suit, this figure. I mean, the figure is sculpted after the suit, so it's kind of the same thing. But anyway, this figure captures a lot of that wear and tear, and it does, capture the dirtiness of Godzilla versus Hedorah. Godzilla's fighting Hedorah, the monster of pollution. He's trying to save the Earth. Anyway, so let's get back on into it. Paint job, very nicely done. Again, very, dirty. Godzilla's not that black, kind of, skin color that we normally see him in. He's kind of more of a grayish black here. You can definitely see, highlights of, the, battles that he's been through. And again, you can kind of see the wear and tear of the suit itself. And just very nice, overall, his skin, just a very nice, dirty, smoky-ish gray all the way around. Dorsal plates, very nicely done. The nice highlights around the edges. You have a very nice lighter gray and whatnot, going all the way down to where it just kind of blends in to the rest of the tail with the normal kind of, grayish, blackish color. Nails on his hand, and nails on claws, I should say. Very nice, lighter gray. The Hedorah eggs, which I like to call them. I don't really think they're eyes, but if they're eyes, eggs, whatever, I don't care. I just think they're eggs. Very nice white with very nice, shading around them, especially this one. You kind of have that ring of shading around. And then on the back side of this one, I don't know how well it's going to show up there on camera, but you kind of do have a little bit of green, Hedorah sludge kind of on the back of that one there. You do have this very nice patch of kind of like, a smokish black right there. And then what I did realize as well, you can kind of see it in between the, in between his fingers and whatnot. But on the bottom of this egg, you kind of do have that same green Hedorah, sludge or whatever that's on the back of this one. So very nice paint detailing there. On his face, definitely got all the different, battle type, scars, I guess you want to say, from his skin. You can kind of see, some of the Hedorah sludge on his nose and his, top lip area somewhat. Inside of his mouth, very nicely done. Teeth are pretty much a bone ivory color. And then you got his, very nice, red gums with a red tongue in there. Very nicely well done. Of course, this eye is closed, but this eye, you got, your basic Godzilla eye. It's white and with a black pupil pretty much. No details as far as like veins or anything in it, but then you do have that little white dot in the center of the pupil. But very nicely well done. Very nice paint job all the way around. Claws on his feet, that pretty much same as it was on his hands. Very, kind of a nice, very grayish, smoky look. Very dirty looking. Of course, a couple of the toes on each foot on mine, the 2 outer ones, do have scuffs on them, but that's no big deal to me. So overall, very nice paint job all the way around on this guy. Same thing on the Rick Boy, parts. There's a good look at the eyes for you guys. Very good look so you guys can see what the eyes look like and whatnot. Very nice. Inside of Godzilla's mouth, on the roof of his mouth. That way you guys get a good color. Look at the color anyway of that. Very nicely done. Arms, pretty much the same, just like no battle damage. There's another paint app that I missed over. Of course, you have this hand here that's a little battle damage from the acidity of Hedra. It got eaten away, all of Godzilla's skin and whatnot and everything. So you got very nice discoloration there on that hand. Very nicely well done. And now we're going to move into detail. It's X+. It's pretty much paint job and detail. So let's go straight into detail. Detail, spot on. Looks awesome. Cannot say that anymore. This is such a great figure. The skin looks great. Very nice, rough looking. Again, you can kind of see some of the wear and tear on this. Detail, I'm going to talk, kind of go from the head down. Detail in the face, of course, you got the very nice, closed eye here of Godzilla where he got hit by, Hedra's, poop attack or whatever you want to call it. So you got, very nice detail there, the closed eye. The Hedra eggs sporting very nice, damage and whatnot, cracks, everything you can imagine. They just look great. Again, to the hand here, very nicely battle damaged hand. Again, the closer I look at it and everything like that, it actually almost looks like Godzilla's skeleton. So it's actually like Hedra, his acid pretty much ate away Godzilla's skin entirely almost on the top of his hand there, to where there's nothing left but the bones. So now that you can see that really closely, and from rewatching the movie, it does look like that. So I mean that is pretty much Godzilla's skeletal structure right there of his hand. Pretty crazy. There is a detail that is on the inside of this arm right here that is probably a wear and tear detail. And I was watching the movie very closely, and there are hints to where you can see this spot. And you probably can't see it too well on here, but it is on the same arm that goes on this one. It's the same thing. Right here, you kind of see that little patch right there. I think that is a wear and tear detail. It might be a little patch that got torn off, or a patch that got torn off and they, tried to repair it. And that's just the way it came out. So excellent paying attention to detail. And like I said, from rewatching the movie and really paying attention, I could see this spot just for, short glimpses. I had to pause the movie at the right moment. But that spot is there on the suit. So that is really, really cool. As far as other details go, let's see. You even have the Velcro or the zipper, line that's going down the back of, of his back, on this side of his dorsal plates, where the suit actor Haru Nakajima got in and out of the suit. Very, very cool added detail there. Again, X+ goes by the suit, so that is really cool with this figure. Not only did they get the zipper, Velcro, where the actor gets in and out of the suit, but like I said, you got that wear and tear, patch, or that wear and tear detail right there, which I think it is. It's just awesome. This figure is simply freaking amazing. I love it. So glad to have this guy in my collection. So detail, just great. Dorsal plates look great. Tail, very nicely, up, curvature, very nice. He doesn't take up too much room on the shelf, being a 25 centimeter. His tail is kind of nicely curved up, so you can fit him, pretty much good there on the shelf, pretty much. Teeth, very nicely individually sculpted on the teeth. Here's a better look at the teeth from the other head. Very nicely individually sculpted teeth. Very, very nicely well done. Just a lot of detailing. You got everything. You got like the kind of like the overextended lips here on the bottom. His lips kind of hang out quite a bit to where you can kind of see the gum line and his bottom teeth there. That was one thing always about the 60s suit, especially as it got older, especially in Godzilla versus Hedra and Godzilla versus Gigan. These lips, they kind of did extend quite a bit, to where then you got, you really got a good look at Godzilla's gum line and his jaw, his teeth and whatnot there on the bottom. But just very nice detail all the way around. Legs, feet, arms, hands, the Hedra eggs, eyes, again, whatever. It's just simply outstanding. This figure just looks great. Now, of course, this is the Rick Boy, which again comes with the unbattle damaged head, and of course, the arms with the hand that is unbattled, not battle damaged, which would be this one. Nice and, clean. And of course, no eye patch or nothing like that. No closed eye, I should say. So this is the Rick Boy version that comes with the extra pieces. So you got the extra pairs of hands and the head, which is very nice. This can double as a Godzilla 1972, really. Since the suit, pretty much is really close together, especially with the ageness of it and everything like that included. This can pretty much double with, these two, switched with all the arms and the head, switched out. This can double as a 1972 25 centimeter X Plus Godzilla, which is really cool. That you kind of have that option. It is Godzilla versus Hedorah. You definitely, with these attachments, but with you attach these, it could be either or, from Godzilla versus Hedorah or Godzilla versus Gigan. So that is really, really cool. I'm going to set these off to the side because we're going to close out this review here pretty quick with a quick scaling. Now, there has been a lot of talk, within X Plus collectors, and I know Rich Iso, when he did his review of this guy, a few months back earlier this year, he didn't think that they were in scale necessarily. But from rewatching the movie and everything like that, I can pretty much tell you that the 30 centimeter X Plus Hedorah, whether it be the original or the Diamond reissue or the Rick Boy or whatever, these guys are pretty much, hopefully they're getting the camera shot. I know Hedorah's pretty big, but I can pretty much tell you that they are pretty much scale height-wise. It might be just off just a scunch, but from watching that final battle scene where they kind of go head-to-head, it's kind of quick, and of course the battle's at night, but Godzilla does kind of come up to Hedorah maybe right in here. Maybe just a little bit more, maybe about right in there. But really, that's not too big of a gap between these two figures. Now, the mass of Hedorah, the overall mass of him, circumference all the way around, for scale that way together with these guys, he might be just a tad bit big. But other than that, he's not bad. He looks, these guys do look good next to each other. Not a problem whatsoever. They look good. They look great. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm very happy to have both of these guys. Of course, they kind of go up here on this shelf up here. And, this Godzilla is going to be right next to Hedorah. So I had to move Gappa around, but that's not a big deal. So there's quick scaling. Definitely good scale between these two guys. All right, you guys, that about closes it out for this review. I don't think I missed anything. Hopefully I hit the nail right on the head with this figure. Edwin, I hope you love this figure review, man. I did of this, and thank you again for sending me this guy. I'm so glad to have him in my collection. I'm a very happy Godzilla collector right now, and definitely an awesome figure. Definitely rare. Who knows if we'll see a reissue of this guy in the future or not, but definitely a rare figure, definitely an expensive figure, but you know what? Luckily, I'm glad to have had this guy in my collection now. But anyway, you guys, that's about all I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review on the X Plus 25 centimeter Rick Boy Godzilla 1971 from Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Like always, we are Godzilla fan freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.